You're listening to Football Day with Mike and Jake on Dynasty Sports Empire.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to Football Day with Mike and Jake. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake.
And today we have a special introduction of our new guest host today, Calvin. Calvin's coming here to join us today. Say hi, Calvin.
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
We're hitting heavy. We even have more people today. We have my 13-year-old's got a high school registration, so I have my 6-year-old Lily next to me, as well as my 3-year-old. They can hear in the background, Lonnie. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
All right, Lily, let Lonnie sit there.
They know football, let me tell you.
It'll get football, but first, Lily's going to actually talk about her Girl Scouts real quick. Lily, talk about your Girl Scouts.
Okay,
You gotta talk about your Girl Scouts, Lily.
in Girl Scouts, we have to sell 600 cookies, and if we sell all 600 cookies, we get a prize. And today we selling cookies, and tomorrow we are too.
Ask Calvin if he wants to buy any.
Calvin, do you want to buy any cookies?
Oh, you know it. I
sure
will buy
Calvin,
cookies.
Yeah.
Ask if Uncle Jake bought some.
Uncle Jake already bought 8 boxes.
What kind of cookies we talking about, Lily?
Girl Scout cookies.
We got Girl Scout cookies.
Oh yeah, the good
Some
stuff.
of that.
It's a new Girl Scout cookie, and it's lemon. It's a lemon cookie, and it's new.
Whew. Well, my wife will like that, but I'm not so much for lemon. But I will take probably, how many boxes you say you got, Jake?
I bought 8 boxes, so Cal, you gotta step it up and get at least 9.
9. Look, I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna take 9. You're right. 9.
Oh yeah.
9 sounds like a good number. Put it down. Write it down for 9.
Write it down for 9.
All right, so in the description, we're going to have her
Tell me I was
link.
gonna get hustled on the show.
What's that, Lonnie?
We'll just turn that off.
In the description, we're going to have her Girl Scout link. So if any listeners listening in and wants to have some Girl Scouts shipped to their house, you can order through that link. And if you order 6 or more boxes, it's only $6 of shipping. So definitely take advantage of that. I know she's already, this morning we posted a link as the first day of Girl Scouts was today, and she's already at, I think, 60.
She's over.
Come on,
60.
guys. We can hit it. We can hit 600. Sell some cookies, buy some cookies, eat some cookies. What is
Right.
better than eating cookies?
Nothing's better than Girl Scout cookies too. So.
Exactly, and that's...
I like those little s'more ones, man. Like they're good. Give me a glass of milk. Push that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna try those out. I normally buy the peanut butter patties and the caramel delights. So.
And think about this: you guys could be eating cookies while we're eating cookies while we're talking about Matt Stafford.
Yeah. Which
That's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to get.
Pass me a cookie
for sure.
I'll give you a first rounder for a cookie.
Oh, that's
No, I won't actually.
Well, you're not serious.
You need to give me like 6 cookies for a first round.
Deal.
Oh, man. All right. Enough with this Girl Scout talk, because now I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So I'm going to take a quick drink, and we'll go on to the next topic. But before we go to that, I know, Cal, you get pretty heavy into the Vegas betting. I know myself and Jake, we had a pretty decent DFS weekend overall. Our hockey's been – and we're going on a 4-game win streak tonight, and Jake won yesterday. So it's –
well, if it wasn't for DeMar DeRozan on Saturday,
we'd be 5 days straight.
We would be 5 days straight going for 6 tonight.
But DeMar DeRozan played 36 minutes on Saturday against the Grizzlies, an up-tempo game, close game, and he put up 7.2 points.
He was out there running Tony Snell style. Unbelievable.
That's sick.
I needed 10 more points than I cashed. And DeMar DeRozan can only get me 7. Unbelievable. A bad game normally for him is 20.
Oh, that's hockey?
No, that was NBA. Mike
Oh.
does hockey. I do NBA.
Yeah, I focus on hockey, and he does mostly. He focuses on NBA.
Hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
Shit.
Hey, can't win if you don't play.
Right.
So.
That's facts.
But if any of you guys want to get any information on that, just follow our Twitter. It's at Football Day Pod. And Cal, do you have a Twitter or no?
I do not.
Oh
operate
my
with the
God!
Twitter.
Oh my, you're missing out, man.
Oh man, don't try to get me wrapped in that. You already got me on 9 cookies. I don't think I can do this Twitter
we
stuff.
could have tagged you in this in the link, and I would have made you famous, but apparently you don't want to be famous. So.
And if
Well.
you guys keep listening in throughout this this podcast
You might
towards
hear
the end.
SpongeBob.
Well, yeah, we have SpongeBob rolling right now, but that's beside the point. But we're going to give some free stuff away. Towards the end of the podcast, we're going to give out a question. And if you answer that question at our Twitter account, you'll be in the drawing for a chance to win a free week subscription to our DFS site where we give out optimal lineups every single day to right now 2 sports. So keep a listen out for that. But today we're going to focus on the big news in the NFL. First one being the
Matt Stafford trade.
Matt Stafford trade? That's
Yeah,
where we're going?
Yeah, right away.
Right
Matt
away?
Stafford trade. Yep.
Oh man.
So Matt Stafford, I don't know if you guys heard, he was traded for Jared Goff, 2 first-round picks, and a 3rd-round pick. Unbelievable. Cal, what do you think about that?
I think it depends on what side you want to break down. I mean, you go to the Rams, and I it's crazy how long they have gone without having a first round draft pick. They've managed to trade them away, and my question to you guys, I'm going to throw it right back at you. Are the Rams a better team today than they were yesterday? And if they are, how far do you guys think they can go with Stafford at the helm?
Well, with Goff at quarterback, they have been a consistent playoff team. Matt Stafford is a definite upgrade. So,
And
do
I have to agree.
Do I think they are a better team overall? Yes. I think Stafford can ball out. I've loved Stafford. He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league, in my opinion. He's constantly putting up 4,000 plus.
Yeah, he's a 4K baller.
Yeah, and look at his team. He's only had really one good wide receiver, and then an old ass Marvin Jones.
And let's not forget, like, no running game, guys.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
until DeAndre Swift got there, I mean, they've been plugging that with not even has-beens. They were just they're pretty much no name.
And don't get me started on DeAndre Swift this year when he had that job completely taken over. Towards the end of the season, they still decided to feed Adrian Peterson a damn ball.
Adrian
I know,
Peterson
man.
pissed me off.
That lost me a pretty decent amount of money in DFS when he was ball carrying touchdowns. And
Yep.
I actually had a prop bet with a friend, and I went 1 for 2. I took that AP would not have over 200 carries on the year, and that almost I almost lost that deal just because the Lions were forcing him the ball
For no reason, too. What was going on there?
Respect your elders.
Hey.
I mean, there is one argument. I mean, maybe the Lions just wanted to save Swift because they weren't going to win the games anyways.
Maybe, but you got to let your rookie develop.
You got to see what you got.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they saw.
I know they saw, and then they're like, bench.
Yeah.
You did really good, but you're fired.
Yeah. We didn't want to win games yet. We want you to develop, and then we win games.
Typical Lions. Let
if
them
you can
develop
warm a
and then
bench,
get rid of
you
it
can
later.
warm a team. That's all I'm saying. No, yeah, Detroit is their decision making is like it doesn't always make sense. They haven't been a winning organization in a long time. I think this play for Detroit is actually beneficial in the 3 to 5 year window. I mean, they acquired draft picks. They got Jared Goff to kind of sit there and hold that team down for a little bit. I mean, they're probably not going to be no playoff team or anything like that.
I don't think Jared Goff's going to lose them games of how their team's set up.
I mean, 2 or 3 years ago, he wasn't a bad quarterback. So, can he go back to his ways of being a good quarterback? I think he can.
He doesn't be mediocre, and he'll be all right.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's the thing, and I think if he does happen to go back to Super Bowl run Goff, from a few years back. Then the Lions absolutely smash in the long term with this deal, just because if they get that type of quarterback, then we could go. Like, here's another question, I guess, before I get off into that rant for you guys: is Goff from a few years ago when he made his Super Bowl run as good as Stafford, the 4K baller, like 4K yards every year?
I'm a big Stafford fan.
I personally don't think so. I'm also a huge Stafford fan, but
Because even that Super Bowl run, I agree with you guys. I think he was obviously much better than what he has been these last couple of years. But I still think overall, I don't think he was an amazing quarterback that run. They was led by, they got great talent at the wide receiver position. They were running the ball effectively, and he has a good defense to lean on, and he doesn't have to do as much.
Right.
And the reason why they are losing now is because he can't make simple throws.
yeah, no kidding.
It wasn't like the Super Bowl run. Goff wasn't like this freaking machine that was like, oh, look at that next Tom Brady. He's just making the throws that every NFL quarterback is supposed to pretty much make. And these last couple of years, he's like, I can't even do that for you, but I'll get you in the playoffs.
Well, I guess here's the question: was it Goff's play that got him into the playoffs, or was it their defense?
Or was it matchup?
I think you have to look at the whole conference, and it wasn't a strong conference. I mean,
No.
the 49ers fell apart. The whole NFC East was just a wash. The only teams that, like, we seen the teams that were heavy hitters, and it showed when it came time to play against the Green Bay Packers. Well, the Rams got a dose of not winning.
Yeah,
and not dominating. And Tampa kind of did the same thing, except for they had a little tougher challenge with having to play the Saints first. But Breeze had one of his worst games of his career, and I think we seen the best two teams the NFC had to offer. And after it went, to me, my rankings pre everything was Packers, Tampa, Saints, and I feel like after that, the tier. That was the tier 1, and then tier 2 wasn't even anywhere close to tier
And it was
1.
a big drop. Like,
Yeah,
it
That's
was
what I
like,
mean. So the Rams, they're getting in by weak conference, in my opinion.
Yep.
Under
I
Goff's
would
play.
agree.
Number 1 defense and weak conference equals a playoff run.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Goff, even though he's not playing. He's not
No.
playing bad, but he's not playing great.
I mean, the Rams, they can't with Goff under the helm, they couldn't really come up with an identity on offense, and I think that's where Stafford is going to really, we're going to see him kind of shine in this new environment. He's going to be hella excited and motivated to go play for a new team. I mean, Detroit just let this kid free, and he's been he's been in the league since 2009. So 11 years now, guys, and almost every single year he's throwing for 4,500 yards. He has
yep.
in
He's an Iron Man.
2011, Stafford went for 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. That's insane.
And it's not like he had like great weapons either. Like, he didn't have like a full cast of guys.
And then later on in his career, he's gotten a little more injury prone, but that's basically due to the fact that his line hasn't protected him. So he's getting sacked a ton, and
let's be honest, you're not buying the Stafford of 2011 here if you're the Rams, but you're still getting a guy that in the last 5 years has only had 2 years. He's had 2 years in the last 5 where he doesn't really quite hit 4K. And like you said, I got 2 words for everyone: Detroit Lions. Name somebody that has had a great career in fucking Detroit that sticks around.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's not no joke.
Yeah,
and if they do, they're gone. Look at Darius Slayton. Look at like
really only
Stafford.
There's really only I guess 4 now. There's Barry Sanders, Kelvin Johnson, Darius Slayton, and Matt Stafford that I can think of.
And guess what happened to the first 2? Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. They retired early because Detroit screwed them over so bad.
Yeah. And
they made them hate football.
And Darius Slayton pretty much forced a trade.
See, and Matt Stafford, like, it just continues, but this time they got to be able to somehow take those draft picks and build a culture in Detroit and get that turned around, or they're going to continuously do these kind of things, and players are just going to want to leave.
Yep.
Luckily for Detroit, though, they do have a good little small window on the offensive side that they can build around, because you got Galladay and Swift that are young.
We'll see.
Does Galladay stay?
Galladay's a free agent right now.
Does he stay with Stafford gone?
That's the thing.
Actually,
I
so
don't know.
Marvin Jones is a free agent too, so you could lose both your wide receivers.
Right, so you could just basically have a whole rebuild mode.
Yeah, which they're pretty much expecting.
Which
From
how does
what
that
I
affect DeAndre Swift?
He's gonna be a workhorse.
He's gonna just be overworked.
But yeah, he's gonna be a workhorse who's overworked, and he might just get injured halfway through the season.
Because they don't really have the stout defense.
Or a good training staff.
Or team.
Yeah. Or coaches. Really.
They got great fans,
And
so
then-
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Wayne County life, baby.
Wayne County Life is a great fan for sure.
And I don't know how much more time we got on the subject, but something I wanted to kind of have us dive into was if you look at the Stafford situation, and one thing we haven't brought up yet, like you guys brought it up for Detroit, like the coaching and the training and all that. The Rams, though, they have some of those pieces.
Yeah, Sean
Like,
McVay.
Sean McVay, yeah, exactly. You took
He's
the
gonna be
words
a
out
lot
of my mouth, Jake.
He's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
I know. I'm excited for that. Like that gets me in that football meal. We're in the off season, and this was the first like trade of the off season, and it was a banging one.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Like-
that, I wonder what Matt Stafford thinks about McVay's girlfriend.
What does he think, Mike? Tell me. I'd like to hear this story.
Well, I know Goff wanted to bang her, so
No, Pipe.
Oh, Piper. Sorry.
You didn't see
Wrong
that?
word.
You didn't see that, Cal?
No.
There was
No.
there was a leak group text message that came out after Goff got traded that Goff said that he wanted to pipe McVay's girlfriend.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so-
lord.
So hopefully Stafford's not sending anything out like that.
They just had dinner out in Vegas. I think it was
Stafford's got
Vegas.
Oh yeah,
a little
Stafford-
cutie patootie following him, so I think Stafford he'll stay clear of McVay's
Well,
dirty laundry.
we'll see about that. We'll see about
And if he uses it, he'll clean it, right?
that.
Extra detergent.
No, but I like what Stafford could do with a good defense behind him, I would say that he has similar weapons, if not they're obviously a little bit better, but he has about the same offense, if not better, with a really way better defense.
Oh, he has a way better,
way better.
Way better offense.
way better defense and much better offense. They have a much better offensive line. I'm gonna argue. We'll have to see what Cam Akers and DeAndre Swift can do.
What position does Stafford like throwing to?
Receivers.
Yeah.
Tight ends too?
No, not really.
He's not known for it, but let's be real. Eric Ebron was the best tight end he had, and I have some personal hatred for Ebron because I saw the talent there. Stafford tried to feed him the ball many times over the years, and guess what? Ebron was Butterfinger heaven.
Exactly.
If you like Butterfinger cookies, Ebron's your guy.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Stafford didn't target the tight end because it was the whole offense didn't revolve around the tight end. Like the whole offense didn't like to use the tight end when Ebron was there.
Yeah.
And then once you saw Patricia come in and they were using TJ Hawkinson a little bit more as he started to develop. So it'll be interesting to see how they use Gerald Everett and Tyler Higbee this year with Stafford.
And I'm just
the tight ends are used a lot.
I just want to see Cooper Kupp be consistent again.
Oh, he will, 100%. He will.
You know, if he stays healthy, you're going to see a healthy dose of Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and I'll argue. Like I was talking to Jake before the show kicked off, and we got into a pretty good discussion. Van Jefferson, you know, if Stafford can throw a deep ball,
he showed some bright spots in the.
You got possession. The thing is that, like, to me, you don't want to go get that burner till you got a lot of the other pieces, if not all of them.
Look at Mecole Hardman, exactly that.
Yeah, and I think they can run double tight end sets. They could possibly run the ball if Akers develops a little bit here, and then he's already good at hitting his receiver. Yeah, they're golden. I think.
I think Stafford coming there is going to help Cam Akers tremendously.
Yep.
Jared Goff, like we hinted or like we were talking about before the show, he can't hit his receiver, and
Matt Stafford, he misses the basic throws.
Matt Stafford he's a great quarterback, as we've said. He's gonna make things so much easier for Cam Akers during the season. He's gonna be able to the play action's gonna be there. I mean, Stafford being able to throw the ball is just gonna open up the run. As everyone knows, if you can run the ball, it's going to open up the pass. If you can pass the ball, it's going to open up the run.
Yeah, balance.
So yeah, that
Yin
balance,
and yang, baby.
yes, that balance is definitely going to be there, and Akers I think is going to benefit tremendously. He already showed some bright spots during the season. He's gonna look great. I think next season.
But not only
He's gonna-
that, if you just pay attention to how the Rams have used their running backs from the last couple of seasons, like how slowly they brought Daryl Henderson and then Malcolm Brown just kind of hung around. It finally seems like they
Well-
stuck with the running back with Cam Akers, where he's just going to take it.
Interesting thing is, they're not going to keep Malcolm Brown because
No.
they're over the cap. They have some cap space issues right now, especially with eating all that dead cap from Jared Goff. So Malcolm Brown's pretty much going bye-bye.
Right. And
it's
where's
gonna
Daryl
be-
Henderson?
It's going to be Cam Akers and Daryl Henderson, with Daryl Henderson being the backup.
And Daryl Henderson got a lot of opportunity to do something. They even let him
Yeah.
start probably
I
a
was-
quarter of this game, and
I
he couldn't do
was-
nothing with it.
I was so high on Daryl Henderson last year, and he burned me.
I traded him.
Yeah,
I went
you
and
were,
grabbed me Stephon Diggs.
you were smart.
That's not that bad. He had a pretty good
Oh,
season.
It kind of looked ugly at first, is what I gave up in my dynasty, but it did make me. I
You
mean,
were
I was
smart.
a runner-up. I don't know if it was a risk, because I drafted Henderson too. Let's be honest. Like the year before, I seen the
Yeah.
talent, seen the tape.
Yeah, everyone
Loved
could have drafted Henderson. He looked
Loved
great.
him. I loved him. So me letting him go 1 year after drafting him, I felt like Diggs was going to stay super consistent. And I had a wide receiver problem, but Akers looks pretty good, and I think if they get balanced, like you said, Jake, like that's going to lead to an awesome Stafford and a Rams team that was not what we seen this year late in the season.
I think they're a much more dangerous team than they were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about if the Rams with Stafford had to go and play the Packers? I think we see a totally different game. I'm a huge diehard Packer fan, but man, I don't know if I want to play a team like
Well,
the Rams
look
with
at
Stafford.
Stafford.
Number one defense with Stafford throwing the ball. That
Look at
talent that you just brought out, bro, that's dangerous.
I don't think we win.
No, look at what Stafford does to us with the Lions.
Ooh, I don't know about that, bro.
I don't think we win.
Ugh.
And
I-
just like you, I am a diehard Packer fan.
If the
Like Mike just said.
if the Lions can beat us with a bad defense, I think Stafford
go.
and the Rams can beat us with a good defense.
Yes.
I'm not
Stafford
saying no. I'm not
versus
saying
Lions.
we're gonna win no matter what. I'm saying that's a game.
Yes. I agree, but
Will we shit the bed? Probably.
I think it's a game where we shit the bed, and I think that we.
You know what I think the difference in that
And
game
I'm
would be
still a
though.
little tender.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think would be so if we could get pressure on Stafford, that would be how the Packers would be
Yes.
able to operate. If we don't
Or
hit
if we can
home,
get-
you don't hit home. I think we probably then you're looking at losing the game.
that was
I would
basically the
agree.
strategy
I
against
agree.
Tom Brady
I
is to
agree.
get pressure on him to win,
And
we forgot
lost.
to get pressure on Tom
Well,
Brady.
we forgot
got
a lot of
pressure
things.
on him. It's just we forgot to play.
we don't
offense.
want to go down that rabbit hole, guys.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about this anymore.
I could get lost down there, fucking yelling at the defensive coordinator before
Because-
halftime.
because our defense did what they needed to do at the end of the game.
They
and-
did.
No, they did what Aaron Rodgers told them to do, is to
Yes.
stop them. So they
Yes.
stopped them 3 straight times,
Yes.
but they forgot to tell Aaron Rodgers to score.
All right, let's stop talking about it. Let's just go on to
Yeah.
how this impacts the Deshaun Watson news. So, Deshaun Watson, as most of you guys know, he's requested a trade.
And we had a podcast previously, I think, was it 2 podcasts ago, with DeSico?
Yes, I believe it was 2. It might have been 3 podcasts
We were
ago.
we were saying that he was going to get traded with, and then he brought up Mike DeSico was bringing up, well, he's worth so much money. Of if you trade him, like what teams can eat that salary? Like,
Yeah.
well, the only suitor that would be that they could afford him would be basically just the Jets,
And then Deshaun Watson comes out with
his top
his
teams.
top teams, and the Jets are the first one on his list. So we're like, oh, this is a done deal. Basically, the Jets have the most to offer. They have the most salary cap. They're gonna get him. Well, then the GM decides to say, oh, we're not going to trade Deshaun Watson, and everything that he said. We're not listening to that. We're just gonna keep going on as he's our quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, they pumped the brakes on that real quick, and I mean,
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Is he sitting out
Well-
then?
Well, and me personally, I think he does the whole James Harden approach to this.
Get fat?
Yeah, he's gonna wear a fat suit. He's gonna just be toxic to the team. But most importantly, where I was going with all this is Matt Stafford's trade. Where does that put his
Yeah.
the Deshaun Watson stock
Right. If he's worth a starting quarterback and 2 firsts,
and a third? What is Deshaun Watson worth? What do you think, Cal?
Where the bar goes for Deshaun Watson is the sky. I think
Yeah,
it's too high for any team
I
to
don't-
actually do, and I think
Yeah.
it's going to lead to an ugly divorce between Watson and Houston at some point. If it's not this next year, I mean, maybe Deshaun sits out. I doubt he will.
I
But
agree. I agree.
but I under
think that I
What-
think that the bar is too high, like you said, and it's going to be some if there is a deal, it's going to be some deal that we've never seen in our lifetime.
well, what do you guys think about that? They said J.J. Watt's also on the move.
Well, J.J. Watt will move.
yeah, they could move
think-
JJ. I mean, he's an aging veteran. He's not as good as
But
what
I
he
think
was
he's
at the
moving
time.
because Watson's moving.
I don't think so.
That definitely triggered it. He's going to a winning
I don't
team.
think so. J.J. Watt has been rumored to not be happy where he is.
Oh
He
yeah,
has
that says it in his press
and-
conferences.
And he has said before, if he's not happy playing football, he's gonna stop playing.
Yep.
Well, he doesn't want to quit playing as pretty much everyone knows. So he's not happy where he is. He's gonna try and find a spot where he's happy so he can keep playing.
And you know where his parents want him to play?
Yes, you know where he actually wants to play.
You know where he trains in the off season?
You know where
Johnson.
me, Mike, and Calvin would love him to go.
You know where they would have. You know where
You know where he's going.
You know where the Steelers sniped our draft pick 2 years ago?
Yeah, he's hopefully going to Green Bay.
TJ
but
Watt.
I could definitely see him also going.
And we got
to-
Kevin King instead of TJ Watt, by the way.
Yeah, because we're not very smart. But besides that, so I could definitely see him either going to Green Bay or Pittsburgh. He's either going to Green Bay to fulfill his lifelong dream of playing for the Packers,
Or play with his brother.
or he's
Or
going
play with
to-
his brother. That's a tough
Yeah.
call.
Or he's
That's a
going
tough decision,
to
man.
Pittsburgh to actually not play with one,
But you know
both
what?
of his brothers, because Derek just went there last year.
Oh,
as their
that's a
fullback.
good point.
So I could definitely see him going to Pittsburgh to play with both of his brothers, like he's always wanted to.
Man, but JJ, you know what is thicker than blood? Green and gold, baby. So
Yeah.
you just come on over here to Green Bay. You get that cold weather, and we will rock some shit up and put a ring on your finger.
Give Aaron one more shot.
Yes, give Aaron that. I mean,
Give him 4 more minutes.
give Aaron not exactly what he needs, but
Give him one more quarter.
Yeah.
But this time, you
but
got to
let's
tell
be
him to
fair,
score.
I mean,
Oh, guys, y'all hating on Aaron so bad, but do you know how
Everyone.
bad LaFleur took our players out of their element?
Right.
Hey,
He
man.
abandoned. He when this is one thing I've learned about LaFleur. This is crazy to me. So he's an amazing coach most of the time. I've been a huge fan of him. I still am. I respect the shit out of him so far. But what gets me with him is when we start losing and the game plan isn't going to flow,
He
which doesn't
shrivels
happen
up.
very.
Yep.
He fucking caves up.
I agree. Yes.
And I
David
hated
Cutler
to
said
see
it
that
best.
because I like where Rodgers could have possibly took off for that touchdown.
He
I don't
decided to
think-
throw in double coverage
I don't-
instead.
I don't think that. Yeah, but you know why? We weren't playing Packer football in the red zone. We were playing
No, we
some
weren't.
different. Like the play calling. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that the
people
player's not
controlled
responsible
it.
for some, but when you're a coach and you start taking your players out of their natural comfort zone, anyways, I think you're kind of partially to you got to take some kind of ownership, not blame, but ownership on that, and say, you know what, I shouldn't have been in the run game in the red zone when we're the best red zone team in the league, because that's going to make my quarterback not play the way he normally would, because we're not used to playing shotgun. He's basically yelling to Tampa, I'm gonna pass, and then he points down to Devontae, right to you over the middle, He's signaling to the defense what we're doing.
Yep. No.
And Tampa, and this is a crazy stat about that game. I got one more thing, and that's when the first touchdown the Packers scored against Tampa. Tampa blitzed.
Yep.
And what they did in week 6 was they blitzed the hell out of us, and it worked flawlessly against us. So what happened was a chess game right there. Is Tampa went back and said, look, we blitzed. They were ready for it. They knew what to do. So they stopped blitzing as much. They went into coverage packages when we abandoned the run, and what do you get? You don't get touchdowns. That's what you don't get when you play right into them. Like we
That's
got
really
baited. We
interesting.
got
I
out
never-
coached right there, man. Like that pisses me. I mean, the players are accountable for their execution, but we got out coached 100% of that game, and that's what bugs me the most about it.
Yeah, I mean,
And that Tom Brady's on the other side, that also bugs me a lot too. I hate that guy.
Who?
Stop it. Tom Brady.
I mean,
Oh my God, Tom the fucking goat.
there's a lot
Is
of
he gonna
things-
get a Super Bowl?
No, he's not going to.
God,
Yes,
I
he
hope-
is.
No, he's not.
I got money says he does.
Oh, you only have money on him because they're plus money. So
No, I don't. The spread's not even much. You could go either way, and it's a pretty good bet.
oh, they're not gonna win. There's no one that. I even
How
said this- I
how
even said this-
fitting would this put a chip on this? This is the storyline's going to be. Pat Mahomes loses to the old timer and needs like they don't have it like they need to. They're not going to win 2 in a row here.
Oh, I understand how fitting it would be and everything, but
It fits like the money in my wallet, baby.
There is no defense. I even said this when we were covering the Super Bowl. There's no defense, not even the Packers, that can cover this track team. So you either cover Tyreek Hill deep and you just play two safeties deep all game and leave the middle wide open for Travis Kelce to eat you up.
Well,
Or you just get beat by Tyreek Hill, which Tampa Bay has already done, and they almost gave up a record the first time that they played. And Tyreek Hill had 200 some yards in the first quarter. It was. I don't think that they're gonna be able to cover Tyreek Hill or Mecole Hardman.
yeah, you're not wrong that the Chiefs are they're super talented.
That's where I'm coming from.
I got you. I
mean,
respect
I'm not-
it. Like I
I'm
can't.
not- I'm not saying that Tampa doesn't have the weapons to answer back, but I don't think they have the defense to stop Kansas City.
I think that so I view it more like what you just said. It's that chess game and coaching strategy. So
Right.
and I think Andy Reid is one of the best, but I also low key have always thought Bruce Arians needed himself a little more than a game manager, and he will.
I agree. I agree.
And
You're
and
seeing
they've
that.
made some. Yeah, I know. We're both on the same page. I just I'm gonna roll Tampa with this and go against the grain here, and everyone to me I'm an against the grain kind of guy, so I kind of really like that everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know one person in the betting world that is going, oh yeah, Tampa's gonna win. Everyone thinks Casey's.
I agree. I
So
honestly haven't looked
going
at
with the herd.
right. I honestly haven't looked at the spread or anything like that.
3.
It's only 3.
3. So
And what's Tampa? They're plus probably 110.
for money line bet.
Yes.
Let me just pull that up. By the way, Mike, I did put money on that Bulls over tonight.
Oh boy, you did put money on the Bulls over.
Oh yeah, we got money riding there. So
Wow.
yeah, it's Tampa Bay money line. You get plus 150 right
Plus
now.
150. So I mean, I probably would roll with the plus money, but I'm not expecting it to hit, to be honest.
No,
The
yeah,
only way I see it happening is if they get Kansas City to get a couple 3-and-outs or whatever, and then Tom does what he does best, and that's game control, and he has a lot of dink and dunks and just moves change and has like just a long like
So-
10-minute drive.
The one thing that makes it very interesting is, I think we mentioned it on the last podcast. The Kansas City left tackle is out for the season. He tore his Achilles. So does that mean they line up and go heavy on blitzes on the left side and get Mahomes out of his comfort zone, get him rolling out of the pocket, and try and make a mistake on the run?
yeah. I mean, careful what you do.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because when those plays break open, it's like 3rd and 15. But I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, he's super good on the run, and
He's the best.
The Chiefs
right now.
The Chiefs are just like the Packers, and they're super good at making plays off of a broken play, basically. So
Yep.
when Rodgers is rolling out, it's a broken
Play
play.
breaks down.
Yes. So then what do they practice? They practice coming back to coming back to the quarterback, and the Chiefs have to do that because they're constantly open. Mahomes is constantly making these plays, and they have to practice it, just like the Packers did. And they always used to be great at it. The Chiefs are just as good at it. So I don't think that's how you really realistically attack Mahomes. But the Buccaneers have speed like no other team has on defense. So we'll we'll see how they really
The one thing I will say though is how
You're
those two teams match up. They have playmakers all over the place except for the Buccaneers don't really have a tight end, but everywhere else they're stacked, running back, receivers on both sides of the ball. So like they can score anyway.
Whoa, they have a tight end.
Cameron Braid,
He's just aging very fast.
he's not a genuine receiving threat. He's more of a you create like that play they played against the Packers where it was the screen play to him there. Beautiful play.
yeah,
Best,
I
like,
guess. Well, I'm also Gronk's basically
Yeah.
receiver because they don't really line him.
I was gonna say I'm mostly referring to Gronk, and he's aging very fast. You see a lot of passes thrown to him in the end zone that he, as a Patriot, he would have gotten when he was younger.
who you
And
got,
now,
Mike?
and now he's.
I got the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I got
same.
the
Yeah, the
Chiefs.
Chiefs. I'm outnumbered 2-1, but you guys heard it from.
Yeah, but you got the money though. If you win, you got the money. It's easy for anyone to say the Chiefs win because they're better on paper.
Yep, 100%.
Yep,
But
yep.
like we've talked, I think 2 or 3 podcasts ago that the Chiefs have actually been very inconsistent this season. Where there'll be games where the offense
Well,
doesn't show up.
well,
They're playing good right now, though. They
towards the end of the
dismantled the
last
hottest Bills team.
towards the
Problem.
end of the
True.
regular season, they were the most inconsistent team. They put up, I believe it was 17 points against the Falcons.
And they got beat up by the Raiders.
Yeah. So we'll see what actually happens. I'd love to see Tampa beat up the Chiefs just so I can say that the Packers, my team, lost to the Super Bowl champs.
I don't find much consolation in it, but
I do.
Not me.
I do.
yeah,
I
that's
just
funny
get
how
mad.
it splits like that. Like I don't, Mike doesn't, but you're like that would feel. I mean,
I'm not saying it's much of a consolation, but it's something.
That if
Like,
we would have won, we would have won it all.
well, maybe, but we lost to supposedly the best team in the whole league. So,
I would just say that we shouldn't have lost.
well, I mean, I would agree too. But we lost to a team that won.
Yeah.
well said, Mike. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Which the Packers are very good at doing.
I'm just
so.
sick and tired of just getting all the way to the end and losing. And this year I just wanted to be in the Super. I didn't even care if we got our shit kicked in on the Super Bowl. I just wanted to get there.
It would have happened.
But hear this out though. Like LaFleur's had 2 years, guys. Goodenquist had
Yeah.
2 years.
Hey,
And where were we before these guys?
I mean, we were mediocre.
No, but where were we getting in the like? We weren't making runs like we're making right now. No, I agree. I'm frustrated too.
13-3.
I'm frustrated as fuck too because we wasted Rodgers' career.
Yep.
And this was his best team that he's had.
Yeah.
Because next year it's not going to be as good.
The best team that he will have.
Like yeah, that was the all in like I mean we didn't go all in the draft, but that was the best product they put on the field and we blew it.
Yep.
And now we won't have Aaron Jones next year.
Yeah, but we'll have Devin Funchess.
True.
But I mean, and that makes me so mad, dude. AJ Dillon has been running people over in the like he'd been trucking people. That gasses defenses, and they didn't even. Man, they should have handed the ball off to him in that red zone.
Yeah, honestly.
Let him take on 3 because dude, he could like
The way he was running, they should have used him.
Yeah, he's fresh legs right there playing good ball.
Not only that, but they showcased him that playoff series, showing that Aaron Jones is not here next year. It's gonna be the Jamal Williams and AJ Dillon.
Yeah, let's be honest, you can't pay Aaron Jones. I mean, he deserves every penny, but it's not the right. Like if I'm the franchisee, I can't pay you that, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna go get your paycheck though.
Jake and I also talk about too is this NFL in general is going to go towards the running back by committee approach, and they're not going to pay running backs anymore. They're putting their money into their quarterbacks and their offensive line and defense, and that's where it is. Because you can get 2 running backs, 3 running backs, and play the hot hand.
Yep.
You don't need to have a 3-down back anymore. It doesn't work because you can get injured. You can get injured in a snap. Look at Saquon. To look at Christian McCaffrey. Zeke had a terrible year. Like, you don't pay running backs anymore. You do running back by committee. You put your money in the offensive line.
Yep, and that offensive line opens up the holes for mediocre Joe running the football.
Yep.
Like
Ask Zeke.
Tony Pollard, baby.
DeMarco
I'll take your
Murray.
job.
Alfred Morris did
Do it for a quarter of the price too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
That's exactly where this NFL's going now. Is they're just that's what they're doing. That's why the Packers won't have Aaron Jones next year.
Fuck. Look at Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
When he had a good line, he was CJ 2K.
Yep.
And when he lost his line, he was CJ under 1K.
yeah, and that's the story for running backs. I mean, and like you can't blame Aaron Jones. He wants to go get paid for what he's done.
He's going
he
to.
deserves it.
Yep, absolutely. And there's very few teams like even Cleveland. Cleveland is amazing with their 2 running backs. I mean, they couldn't get it done against
the poster
Kansas City.
child right there. That's the poster child.
Oh man, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt just feast.
Same, yeah.
They're nuts.
All right. Well, Mike, do you want to go into our next segment? And
Dude, the best part of this segment. You guys ready?
Yep.
So with all the, actually, do you want to do the giveaway before we do this?
Let's do it after.
All right, for any listeners that are staying around. All right, so
make them wait for it. Make it worth.
After this segment, we're gonna do a little giveaway.
Yeah.
But for
You
this,
gotta listen if you want it.
We're gonna have a little drinking game where obviously there's a ton of quarterback carousels going around the NFL, whether it's just quarterbacks leaving, going, and just the draft in general. I mean, you have Trevor Lawrence, you got Josh Fields, you got all these guys coming out of the draft that are supposed to be starters right away. We're going to go through each and every team, all 32 teams, and all 3 of us are going to say yes or no if that team's going to have a different starting quarterback to not to start the season next year, but if that quarterback's going to play more than half the games, then it qualifies as yes, they'll have a new quarterback next year. And if you say yes, you just got to take a drink. Fair?
Deal.
I'm confused, but I'll drink.
So,
if you say yes, you have to drink, basically.
So if you think this, like, we're gonna start the Buffalo Bills. So if you think the Buffalo Bills will have a new quarterback,
start more than half.
Oh, I get it. I got it. I'm slow, but I'm here. I've been drinking a little bit, guys. So
it's gonna be a no for me, guys. No. Josh Allen's probably gonna stay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say yes, just so I can have a drink.
Deal. All right.
But no, absolutely not.
I mean, you don't have to say yes.
That's not going on the record.
Don't worry.
It's a no.
The yeses will be coming, I promise you, because the next one's gonna be the Miami Dolphins, which is actually very, very tough because the Miami Dolphins have been talking about trading Tua to get Deshaun Watson. So I don't know what their feelings are as Tua being their quarterback, and they still have Ryan Fitzpatrick. Jake, you start this one off with the Dolphins. What do you think? Yes or no? With they're gonna have Tua as a quarterback next year?
I know many of the players aren't. They're not convinced that Tua is the quarterback, but I'm gonna say Tua is the quarterback next season.
I'm gonna go with a no as well.
Wait, Jake said no?
Yeah, we're saying Tua's gonna be their quarterback. He's gonna play more than half the games next year.
Mostly because I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's gone.
All right, I'm gonna say no, but with an asterisk. If Deshaun Watson was on the table and the GM didn't set the bar so high, I would not. Then I would say yes, but because where the GM is standing at, I'm gonna say no.
Well, I mean, but that's pretty much where I'm at too.
But what if the Dolphins offered Tua in compensation? What will make it worthwhile?
The thing is, it depends on if that GM was bluffing and just trying to set the bar extremely high so the Dolphins don't come in all low. I just don't think the Dolphins will give up the farm like that right away.
Yeah, I don't see them doing that. So that's why
fair
I'm
enough.
Basically saying no.
I'm gonna go no.
All right. Patriots. I'm gonna go with a yes and take my drink.
Yeah.
I'm also going yes.
That's a yes for me.
And I'm out of beer. Next one.
There you go.
Well, Next one's also a yes for me. I'm going.
It's gonna be a New York Jets.
as a yes.
That's a double yes.
I'm gonna give it the HE double hockey stick. Yes.
Yeah, because it's gonna be Trevor
Whoa,
Lawrence.
you got that banana bread beer. I gotta take another drink just to try it.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh, making me feel bad. I got just some Coors Light.
Oh, banana bread at work today. That tastes just like banana bread.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. All right. We have another yes right away. Or no. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a tough one, guys.
You know, I honestly think they what? Why am I blanking on the name now? BYU's quarterback.
Backup.
No, not Mason Rudolph. I think they draft a quarterback.
Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. I could honestly see them trying to go after him. So I'm going to say yes. They have a different quarterback.
I'm also going to say yes, but I think it's because they're going to draft a quarterback like Jake said, but I don't think Big Ben plays well, and he may get hurt where a quarterback's he's not going to be able to make it half the season. So I'm going to go with yes, new quarterback for the Steelers.
No, I'm not saying Zach Wilson's he's their pick, but I could see them going after him for
But
sure.
when Big Ben last season was talking about retiring, and he's like, I'm going to play until I'm not good anymore. Well, it showed that he's not that good anymore.
Right.
So I'm going to go with, new quarterback for the Steelers. Cal, what do you think?
I'm gonna get on board with you guys again. I don't mean to just agree with everything you guys are saying, but
Nope.
yeah, I think one, I don't know if Roethlisberger's for sure coming back, but two,
Right.
likelihood of injury is probably there, so it's got to be a yes.
Right.
Right.
All right. Next, Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with a no.
Unfortunately,
no.
it's a no, but I'm going to drink anyways.
Apparently, that's what I started here on the first one.
Well, I'm not a fan.
Hey, is that your
of-
closing beer?
No, I still got your Red Dog over here.
All right. Red Dog.
I'm already
Yeah,
on beer
I'm not-
number 2.
Yeah, I'm on beer number 4. So
Jesus.
I'm not a fan of Lamar Jackson, but
No, but he's not going to get benched.
he's
He's going to get benched in
coming
fantasy.
around. He's definitely coming around. He's progressing.
I'll tell you this,
So-
that Lamar's going to be falling heavy in
Yes.
fantasy drafts next year.
I would agree.
He's going to go QB 8 through 10, I bet.
Which is great.
I'm gonna go 5 through 8.
For the people that just jump on him for the name and his running ability.
Yeah.
It's going to be a no for me, of course, but what I will say is, as I have some ownership in a couple dynasties with Lamar, I
like it.
I really hate that Baltimore. Look at the weapons that they put there, and what they're missing is a possession receiver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
you
'cause
have
that
to play to it. Like so, I mean,
True.
Lamar, he's not going to be amazing at throwing the ball when you got burners for your offense,
You
and,
make a
and
good
Mark
point,
Andrews
'cause-
is your only plug over the middle. So
That's what I was going to say.
if you can't land how you said, like where Pat Mahomes, he's like, you go deep, 2 safeties back, or you get eaten up by Kelsey. Well, Lamar can't throw that deep ball, and all he's got is Mark Andrews and a balanced running and a pretty strong running game. That's why they do as well as they do. But where they come up short is in these big games when they need to move the ball, and
Right.
they don't have a possession receiver. And to me, that's a problem. I think you need to fix that before we can really. If he gets a possession receiver and can't get it done, then he's kind of like that Jared Goff mode.
Yep.
You know, like
your possession, it's
and-
fine if your possession receiver is your tight end, but only if that tight end's name's Travis Kelsey. That's it.
or you at least have to have someone on the out. Like he can't throw the deep ball. If you can't do that, you got to get him 2 weapons there, so they can't just lock up Andrews and give him nothing.
Jake and I actually talked about this. Imagine if Patrick Mahomes had Marquise Brown and Devin Duvernay on his outsides.
They'd be killer.
Yeah. And that's where I want to see. I want to see Baltimore make the right call for their quarterback. Go get him a possession receiver, and then I'll give you an analysis. If he can't get it done there, then I'll be like,
He's a
all
big
right.
body.
Hey man, they tried. They got Des Bryant.
True. Hey, he had a couple touchdowns in a row.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's like I asked for a shot, and
I
you
mean,
got
he had
me a beer.
2 targets, but
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah.
like
yeah
I'm like, yeah, I guess that helps. Thanks. That's kind of why this stays watered down.
too
yeah.
little, too late.
Yeah, I mean, we tried Lamar, but your career's done now.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. No kidding.
All right, let's
You
keep
know,
firing.
all right.
Let's keep firing.
Well-
Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna go with a no, obviously.
Yeah, same.
That's a no for me.
Did we already go Cleveland?
Oh, Cleveland. We'll
Cleveland.
go.
No.
No.
Keep it rolling.
Just
Nope. Tennessee Titans is a no.
unfortunately.
No go.
Now, Indianapolis Colts.
Well, that's a given
Yes.
because Philip
TC
Rivers
got
just retired.
Yep.
So
Retired there, Mike. You said it. That's a trap question.
That's a freebie.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Cheers.
Houston Texans. What are we doing here, boys?
Yes.
Yes, because he's holding on if he stays there.
Oh man. I'm gonna go no.
Oh,
You think
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna?
differ.
Are they
I-
gonna land somebody that makes him stay?
I don't think so.
I think they're gonna make efforts to Deshaun Watson. Like I said, I think it's gonna be an ugly divorce, and he might sit out a couple games, but I think he's gonna come and play.
They've been trying to make efforts.
Unless they, I mean, I'll bite the bullet if I'm wrong. If that GM gets a freaking offer of a lifetime, he's gonna take it because of how bad they just got robbed with the Hopkins trade. So if they get the farm offer, they're gonna take it. They'd be stupid not to.
Jets have that to offer. They have plenty of
They've-
first round picks, including
But
number 2.
someone has to. They gotta bring it. Like
They've been
the
making
Stafford trade
efforts
needs to.
over there, and
You thought that was bad, dude. They're gonna have to trade. Stafford set the bar. Deshaun Watson's price tag has got to be unreal.
oh, it's gonna be like 10 first rounders. But I mean,
And the Dolphins, do they even got picks? They gave them all to freaking New England already.
Yeah.
So Houston's been making efforts to try and make Deshaun happy. They've been definitely.
It ain't working.
Yeah, nothing's working for Deshaun. So that's why we think that he's done.
I think he's done too, but like, what is he gonna do? Just not play?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
It's hard to say though because I can't name a quarterback that's held out.
That's my problem.
I can name Melvin Gordon. I can
Yeah,
name other receivers, but
that's not the era we're in now.
All right, listeners.
We're in the era.
We're gonna have to set up a bet somehow to bet on that.
ooh, that's
No
actually a
kidding.
good point.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How can we do that? What do you guys want to wager up?
I don't know.
We can have them. We can put up a link on our Twitter, and
Let us
then
think on that.
I
Let us
don't know
think
if
on
we
that.
do a wager. I'll
Probably won't be a wager.
post. I'll
no.
post a
Hey, here's
poll.
what we'll do.
Survey.
We'll add us, and if you think Deshaun Watson is gonna play for the Texans or not, you say yes or no on our Twitter, and then whoever wins that gets a free 1-year subscription to our DFS
Deal.
Our DFS
I like
page.
that. I like that.
Way to go, Mike.
I like that.
So if you
Who
say
said
yes,
that?
you say no, you just add us at our Twitter account at at Football Day Pod, and that'll be in the description. And if you're right, we'll put all you guys in a pool. We'll raffle it off. Whoever wins gets a free 1-year subscription.
Yep, I like that.
Sold.
Boom.
I like that a lot.
Look, Mike, I don't care what Jake says about you. You're a smart guy.
Hey, don't give him credit. He's only smart on Tuesdays.
Yeah, dude.
Look here.
Thankfully, this is Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
You
then
had me thinking there for a moment, bro.
If only he knew it was Monday.
I was like, pretty sure it's Monday, or I wouldn't have had to work today.
Yeah, oh boy, Denver, Mike.
Oh, ugly one.
We're gonna have to pause for a second. The Denver Detroit NBA game has been postponed. So
we got Fartin Will Barton.
yeah, we gotta make some changes here. And
Oh, to your guys' DFS?
Yeah, my hockey's in the money right now too.
Unfortunately,
By
it's
the way.
not
Bulls
looking
game
like.
start yet?
Are you serious? Is that the last game still to go?
Right now?
Go figure. That's the last game going. So
Oh,
we can't make any changes. So
that means we can't make any money.
so we're done.
Hopefully hockey hits really hard to make.
Yeah. So where were we? What team were we on?
Can I, Dad?
We just did the Texans. So Jaguars.
Ooh, this is a good one. I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
with.
yes because they're
Yep.
obviously drafting Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. Who knows exactly, but I mean, who knows with Urban Meyer? But it's
Right.
it's gonna be a new
And let me
quarterback.
tell you something though. If Trevor Lawrence shows up on draft day with short jean shorts, it's game over.
No, if he stays in his room with jean shorts, go the whole Brett Favre Brett Favre picture. That'd be something. So, Cal, what do you think? Obviously, it's a yes.
It's a yes for me.
All right.
I don't think there's any doubt about it that they're gonna go after Trevor Lawrence.
All right.
That's no
So,
secret. Or they could get dicey and trade back, but I just don't think that's the play here.
yeah, I don't think so either. So we got a few easy ones. We got a few interesting ones after coming up. So
But what's crazy is we've just almost got done with the AFC, and we already
Yeah.
have a good handful of quarterbacks we think are going to move.
Anybody got a tally on that? How many AFC quarterbacks did we vote unanimously to have
We've
changes in
got
the AFC?
1, 2, 3,
4, I believe.
Four.
So
Four.
far.
4, and if you include, we have a controversy with the Texans, so that could be 5, but we have 4 unanimous.
4 unanimous, and then one odd. We only disagreed on. And I wouldn't even say disagree is not the right word.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just playing
More open-minded on it.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so we got an obvious one.
The
Kansas
Chiefs.
City. That's obviously
That's
a
a
no.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So we're just I'll drink it.
All right.
We're just drinking every round here, boys.
We're thirsty.
All right.
That's
So
a hell no.
here's one of the here's one of the interesting ones. The Raiders.
1 second, I get a beer because mine's gone.
That is a tough one.
Do we think the Raiders draft pick up one in free agency or just stick with Derek Carr? What do you think's going on there?
I think that, man, I believe that the Raiders know that Derek Carr can't get them there.
Yeah, Derek Carr he's had plenty of chances and he's shown that he's not it.
But you know what though? Here I had a conversation with a friend about this actually 2 nights ago, and I was with you, Jake, 100%. I believe that Derek Carr, that was my selling point to it. Like I'm like, yeah, I don't see Carr getting him there. And he said what my buddy Mike told me was, what receivers have they given him?
Right.
They got Darren Waller.
And
Who
I believe he was there when they had Michael Crabtree and he was actually doing something.
And so like again, Michael Crabtree, like my question is, could they go get some good talent on the receiver side, because that opens it up for Darren Waller and the running game, and then that's the question.
There's a ton of receivers available. I mean, Allen Robinson's there, Juju Smith-Schuster's there.
I like Allen Robinson.
All of them would immediately benefit the Raiders.
Allen Robinson would draw attention off of Darren Waller, and then both those guys, you just pick them apart with those two.
I think he's going to draw a lot of interest this offseason. So, I'm actually going to go with no. Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback in Las Vegas.
I'm gonna double down on that. I'm gonna take a no as well. I mean, like I was just telling you, my initial stand, I'm like, I kind of was always kind of hoping, like, all right, Raiders, let's go get a different quarterback because Carr's not the guy. But with some of the points, I have an open mind that if you gave Carr, he's doing this with a good running attack, a really good tight end, no help on the wide receiver side. So I kind of want to see what he could do if he actually had some receivers. And like you said, there's a lot in free agency. I hope that they go reward him with something that we can see, because he's done some good things with Crabtree in the past. I believe that maybe we haven't seen Carr with optimal pieces around him, and he's gotten some. Jacobs is an amazing running back.
Yep, for sure.
They got some of those pieces.
True fantasy owners over and saying he's not playing, and he actually does, and he loses his championships. Speaking from past experiences.
Someone a little bitter over there?
Yeah, and he's got like 4 he's got 4 laughing faces of I guess I'm not playing today. And he actually does. And he plays someone else that doesn't score anything because you have no choice.
We don't hear nothing from Mike in this part of the conversation.
Oh, you sparked me up. I was just listening and enjoying your conversation until you said Jacob.
Yeah, so I've always been
well, before you say that, when you had me take over that dynasty team in your league, Cal, and I saw that Josh Jacobs was one of the players on my team, that was almost a no deal for me.
I'm gonna say I was super happy.
Oh man, I want Josh Jacobs. Trade me him.
No, because in my big dynasty, I drafted him 3rd overall last year.
Doesn't even matter what Mike says, because I'm co-manager and I say no.
Come on, man. Hey, can you mute Jake? Get him out of this conversation.
Hey,
Mike
hey,
and I need
hey,
to talk.
hey,
No.
no,
I can't. He's
get out of
pretty
here.
tough.
Yeah.
Ugh,
So
beat 'em
anyway,
up.
Anyway, let me go to me quick for this Raiders. I actually think that he's gonna start the season, but I think that you're gonna see that Derek Carr is not a good quarterback, and they're gonna let whoever it is behind him, they're gonna give him a shot.
there's no one behind him. That's the thing.
But you don't know who's gonna draft. You gotta think they're gonna address the quarterback position in
I
the
don't
draft.
think so. I think they're content with what they have, and they have enough needs to where they can't just
The
waste
only
a pick
thing,
on a quarterback.
yeah, the only thing that makes me think they won't is because they obviously addressed that their receivers out of the draft class this year absolutely sucked. So they put a lot of the blame this year on the receivers, which
They're
takes some of the blame off of Derek
and
Carr. But
and there's a ton of receivers in this draft class, and I don't I don't know.
Very.
I'm secretly a Derek Carr fan. I'd love to see him succeed.
In one of my like cheaper dynasties, like we're just like I co-manage it with Mike Durfee, uh, same guy that we had this conversation about Carr,
Yeah.
and him and I took this approach in that league where we went and got Deshaun Watson, and it's a 2 QB flex league. So quarterback is of the up in this dynasty. Let me tell you, you need them. You need a bunch of them,
Yep.
and you got to farm them. They're like gold. In the first rookie draft, all 3 quarterbacks that were worth anything were gone in the first 5 picks.
Yep.
So we employed the Derek Carr, Sean Mariota strategy, and we don't have an amazing team. But what I will say is that Derek Carr was a beacon of light in that QB2 spot pretty much all year, and even when we had to put Mariota in, it was good. So I think with the deep wide receiver pool this year, I think what to watch for in that situation is exactly what we're talking about. If they go get a receiver like who's the guy from Chicago that you were just bringing up?
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. Put Allen Robinson on there, and
Derek
Darren
Carr
Waller
blows
going up.
up.
Like I think that's a huge move. I would draft Derek Carr all day if people are going to
Yep.
sleep on it.
Allen Robinson's about to get paid huge because he's on like every single
Who's-
team's radar.
100%. Any team that needs a wide receiver is they have to pay for him. I mean,
He's the best receiver in this class, which is kind of
he
sad.
is. I can't wait to see where Allen Robinson goes because with a semi decent quarterback, he could potentially be a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah,
He has been a top
Oh, yeah.
10 wide receiver with shitty quarterbacks.
and he does a lot of his damage in the red
He was-
zone.
Yeah, it's insane.
What?
So I can't wait to see that. So all right, so let's go on to the Chargers. Obviously, that's a no for me. I'm assuming that's a no for Mike. He's currently helping his kid right now. What do you think, Cal?
No, I don't think so. I think we've seen great things out of Josh Herbert this year, and I think I'm excited to see what he has to bring the second year. And I think everybody else is on that page, and that's where the Chargers are at. I mean, they're going, not to get too sidetracked, but the Melvin Gordon situation that departed a couple of years ago or last year, it shows that that's the market. Like they let the running back go. They brought up a young quarterback, and I think they hit some good value there with Herbert. I don't know how good he's going to be, but he was solid in his first year, and usually quarterbacks progress.
Yep.
If
All right.
So,
All right.
real quick, Cal, we're at an hour and 3 minutes, so we're gonna kind of go rapid fire on these last
got it. How
last
long will this
conference.
have?
Oh, probably like an hour 10, hour 15
Okay.
at the very most. So we still got about 10
Fire,
more
baby.
minutes. So
Denver
the
Broncos.
last team in the AFC is the Denver Broncos. Obviously, Drew Lock. I mean, he's definitely on the hot seat, but I think he can get one more year.
I'm gonna go with a yes. We have seen the last of Drew Lock.
Who's John Elway getting?
I don't know, but they're addressing it in the. I'm gonna go with actually the same person I said for the Steelers, just because the Broncos have a better chance of getting him, Zach Wilson.
That's fair. I mean, he's definitely gonna go.
He's gonna go early or mid first round, I think. Kel, what do you say?
I'm torn on this, but I'm going to go with a yes. I'm going to say that there's enough quarterback shuffling going on this year that they might just bring in a veteran if they don't think Locke is either ready or if they don't believe him.
Oh, 2-1. I guess I lose, but I'm gonna stick with Drew Lock for one more year. That was John Elway's guy, and that
Oh,
was John
God.
Elway's last quarterback he
Oh
drafted.
God! So we got a god awful.
Yeah, here we go, boys.
Here comes the drink.
The
So,
Washington football potatoes. The Washington
Cheers,
potatoes.
bros. Cheers.
Cheers.
bros. I guess that's a unanimous yes.
That's how we'll know.
I mean, I'll probably apply. Are you guys gonna apply?
Yeah, I might as well.
I can throw it over the mountains.
I can throw it like Uncle Rico. The New York Giants.
I'm gonna go no. I'm
No.
no.
That's a tough one. I'm also gonna go no. So I guess it's unanimous.
But I will say that Daniel Jones
He's on
has
his last
about one,
leash,
just
yes.
like Drew Lock. I think
last year.
him and Drew Lock are in the same boat because they have subpar weapons with Drew Lock. Actually, they do have so. I don't care if he has
They
Saquon
have
Barkley,
weapons. They have weapons.
but so does Denver.
Yes.
Denver was hurt.
They're basically the same quarterback with the same
They are.
receivers.
And Daniel Jones he actually has better weapons
In
to
the
be
worst
honest.
in the worst division.
In a worse division, and he just has yet to perform. So I just
Evan
don't
Engram
know.
needs to hold on to the goddamn ball
Yeah,
too.
and he was healthy this year and he couldn't do nothing.
Help your quarterback out, bro.
I was so excited to see his growth this year, but
All right,
whatever.
Cowboys. I'm going with a no. Dak Prescott's coming back. He'll be fine.
I'm gonna go with a yes.
Who's going there?
I don't know. I honestly don't think
that's
that
a no.
I don't think that they're gonna be able to pay Dak Prescott what he wants.
Franchise.
I think their 6-10 record shows they need a quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm with Mike.
but I don't think they're gonna be able to pay him what he wants.
I think they're gonna make it work.
So I'm gonna go yes.
All right, we got one yes, two no's. Which in Jake's side, that opens up trade value for these other quarterbacks in the league to come to Dallas to lose for the Cowboys to make some money and still have a decent quarterback.
I completely understand where you guys are coming from. I just don't think that they have enough money available because they decided to pay everybody else. So I don't think they have enough money available to pay Dak what he wants.
Now, before we get to the Eagles,
I think they franchise his ass.
Yeah, I agree. For the Eagles, do you think are we saying Tua as the quarterback or is it going to be Carson Wentz?
You mean Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz?
That's what I meant. Carson Wentz
is Carson Wentz is the starter.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go no because it's me Hurts.
I'm also gonna go with no because it has to be Hurts.
It's Hurts, so I'll take a drink.
Wait.
So we're saying Carson Wentz is the starter. Are we saying Carson Wentz is the starter next year or no?
It has to be whoever.
No, Carson Wentz, no.
No. Okay. So take a drink.
I think it has to be whoever started the season last year was their starting quarterback.
Okay.
Barring.
I don't think Carson Wentz will be.
Yeah. So drink up.
Yeah. I did.
Right.
All right. Packers. Rodgers.
He's staying. Rodgers. I don't think he's staying. So that's a no.
Nope.
Bears. It's gonna be Biscuit.
He's Biscuit's gone. Foles is hopefully gone. I mean, actually, I hope Foles stays, but I think it's Biscuit's gone. So I'm gonna say yes. There's a new starter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes too.
Yeah, they're gonna get a new quarterback.
And the sad part is they have two quarterbacks that could start for a quarter of these teams in the NFL, and Foles and Biscuit. So that could open up a lot of. That's why there's so many quarterback moves this year because of that.
Yep.
Vikings, Kirk Cousins, he's staying. I'm gonna go with the no.
All right. So what happens with the Lions? I mean, I
majority
guess,
no for the Vikings.
Yes.
We drink because it's already changed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say majority no for the Vikings. Probably because Cal says no for Kirk Cousins.
No, yeah, he's staying.
Are we already saying no because it changed, or are we saying Goff is not gonna start all?
No, it's a no for the Lions because Stafford's no longer there, so it's a freebie.
Just making sure I know the rules.
All right, we have two divisions left to go. We got the Saints.
Well,
and that's gonna be a no for me because Breeze is gone.
No. Breeze is gone.
Wait, it's a no for you?
Yeah, Breeze is or yes, it's a yes.
Because I'm like, dude, what? I was like, yeah, that's a done deal.
I was gonna say I drank, so
yes, Breeze is.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, what do you mean no? And then you're like, he's gone. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I drank, so whatever that means.
You get chose.
All right, Buccaneers. Brady's staying.
Brady's staying.
That's a no.
Staying put. That's a unanimous.
Ooh, we got Teddy Bridgewater and the Panthers.
I think he stays.
I'm going he goes because it's the most
Yes.
likely quarterback that gets traded if any of these quarterbacks that are moving, if they want someone, it's gonna be the Panthers will trade Teddy Bridgewater on that deal. So I'm gonna go with Bridgewater will be traded in one of these trades.
I think he stays. They had a great offense
Without McCaffrey.
hurt, so I think he stays.
I could see it, but Bridgewater has the most value of a quarterback that
I mean, yeah, I think of the right asking price, but I'm gonna say he stays. I'm gonna go with Jake on this one and say that he stays. It could change based on trade deals, but I don't think that that's likely. I think they're gonna keep him there.
Right.
Falcons.
I also think Matt Ryan is going to stay as the quarterback. So
Last season.
I honestly think that the Falcons draft the quarterback, but who better to train your quarterback than Matt Ryan? I mean, he's a great quarterback, so I think Matt Ryan stays a quarterback, but he's gone after this season.
That's sad. I'm just saying, man. Atlanta's been. They've had some good teams over the years, man, and Ryan never really could get there because they didn't really give him.
Yeah, but
Hey, can I ask you one thing, Kyle, real quick before we keep going? What would Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson do with Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones as the receivers?
hey, don't forget, Matt Ryan also had Tony Gonzalez.
True.
Well, I'm talking recently because Matt Ryan's.
I'm just saying the weapons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in general, Matt Ryan should be shattering records.
Hey, he's done pretty well.
He has, but
It's just they haven't had a full team. So what are you gonna say, Cal, to that?
I think he'll be back for one more year. They gotta farm that situation, and I don't think they're like you're talking about that Teddy Bridgewater trade. I just don't see teams trading even close to the farm for that, and then Carolina won't find their value in that.
Exactly.
Whereas the team's not going to find value in trading too much for him. So I think Matt Ryan stays another year and they try to farm it up.
Yep,
Right,
agreed.
right.
Seahawks, Russell Wilson not handing the ball off
Unfortunately,
to.
I only see one more drink coming.
No,
for
two.
us.
Two.
That
Two.
just means you gotta.
No, we'll get two.
One. I only think one.
We'll get two.
These last two we shotgun for yeses. Okay.
All right, deal.
Well, I only have like a sip of it.
I don't even have. I can't even do it right now, so I can't even lie.
Well,
all right, Seahawks.
Seattle's
we
a
got
no.
But
No.
wait, before we go to that,
okay.
can we talk about how terrible Russell Wilson was towards the end of the season for fantasy owners?
Hey, he was just as good as Jared Goff.
Okay, enough.
Do you know when it changed though, Mike?
As
soon as they lost their running game.
Yep, 100%.
Once if Seattle with Pete Carroll, if you can't get a balanced bruising running game, like even like Russell can't cook.
True.
They're not built like that. Like I think that was a big struggle they had. And then even if you start to get it back towards the end, it's like, can you get back to that form? These other teams are in form and been doing it. Like so, yeah, it was a tough break because they don't have reliable running backs. They got great receivers though, man. Those guys are.
Yeah.
I remember taking some heat from Jake for a trade that.
Hey, don't count.
Although the fucker won, and I'm just saying, I did not want him to win, man. Like,
don't just single me out. It was also Mike.
I know.
And that was also $550 that left the pot.
Yeah,
I know.
So
but that was because
I was desperate.
Cal, do you realize that Yelich did not bench Keenan Allen?
Honestly,
if he would have benched Keenan Allen,
nothing would have mattered.
Yeah, didn't someone fucking not set their lineup?
Yeah, he didn't bench Keenan Allen when he was out week 16.
I knew there was something. Yeah, that
what
fucking
happened was he decided to go out to the bar the night before the night before the football championship weekend, and he decided to close down the bar. So he was too hungover for the
in the morning for Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So he slept.
He slept
through noon.
Locks, and he what happened was I'm almost positive the Chargers game was a
It was a
3
3:20 game.
o'clock game, so he must have slept through that.
Holy
And
shit.
yeah,
No, the best part was like he comes to me. He's like, "I'm sorry, I forgot to take Keenan Allen." I was like, "Well, I mean that sucks, but now that means you don't have a spot in the league next year because the only way you did was if you won the championship because you were a substitute for Nate Gill. So because you lost,
Yeah.
now you're out of the league." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should have set your roster, you idiot."
yeah, whoops. All right.
But like, not only that's crazy, man. Like
Who
insane,
doesn't like if I'm in a championship game? I'm staring at my roster up
dude.
until
Yeah, there is no
11:59.
mistake,
No,
man.
I'm staring at my roster all the way through Monday night.
Yeah, like
Let's
All,
be
all
real.
I
Let's
did
be
very
real.
well. Like Jeremy and I did very well this year, in like because we co-manage, then we also don't co-manage. I had four ships going out of 7 leagues, and just I lost the dynasty though. That's the one that crushed me. But if you don't set your line, like you can have 20 lineups, they better all be set to T. Like
Right.
especially when it matters.
you're
Like
talking big
you
money. Why the hell do you play all year, brother?
you play for the championship, and if you're not gonna set your lineup in the championship, like you don't need to be in the league. It's fine, whatever. So I told him, like, dude, like, sorry, now you're not in the league. So
All right,
hopefully someone drops
so-
out. Anyway, next team, Rams.
The
Easy
Rams,
drink.
obviously, it's a free drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now Cardinals, obviously Kyler Murray,
Kyler
off
Murray's-
year,
yeah,
but he's gonna be fine.
He's their starter.
Now
49ers?
you got 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Patriots. I'm taking a drink.
I'm
He's
drinking
their
too.
quarterback. He's their quarterback this year.
He's the Patriots quarterback.
Nope.
I'm taking. 49ers will not have the same quarterback next year.
He's their quarterback this year. I think they're gonna see that he was hurt most of the year, and they're gonna let him play this year.
They're cool,
and then,
yeah.
and then find out next year that he's not their quarterback. They're gonna try
You
and
don't think
find
they'll?
out what he actually is this year.
I
You know,
think
there's. Sorry, go ahead.
I think there's way too many quarterback moves this year, where these starting quarterbacks will not like they're gonna get moved in a trade one way or the another. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is the main piece in the trade with the Patriots.
Not me. I see him staying.
I mean, Belichick and Garoppolo going at it again. I mean, it is a nice little story twist, and there is a couple articles out there. I mean, one of them is actually 95.7 The Game actually reported that 2 firsts and a Bosa for Deshaun Watson. I don't know if you want to do that.
No, you don't want to trade both.
But I'm just saying that they're testing them. These are like kind of testing. Everyone's kind of
You know what this says,
excited.
Mikhail?
What?
This rookie draft is gonna be the most wild draft we've seen in our lifetime.
Hell
I
yeah!
can't wait.
Teams are gonna block. They're gonna block.
You're
the
gonna
fuck out of each
see you're gonna have comparisons
not
from the
only-
NFL to the NBA. You're gonna have NFL teams creating their own little super teams with these trades that are about to happen.
Not only that, it's gonna be the most just wild off season.
Yeah, you're gonna have quarterback battles and like we just said it. We have almost 15 teams with quarterbacks that could be different.
And that's why I'm
That's-
super excited.
I mean, just look
to
at
cover
look at all this information, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't even pack this into an hour because and we didn't even do. We rushed through some things. There's so much you can talk
Yeah,
about and
like,
digest from this. So
Jake and I had this set for 50 minutes, not even an hour-long
Yeah,
podcast.
not even.
if you guys are still listening, like, thanks a ton for listening, and
Yeah,
I just
we're
want to
about to
let you
get
guys
our-
know.
Our giveaway real soon.
Yeah, we had this set for about 40 minutes. We thought this was gonna take, and took over.
But
And
that's how
longer,
exciting the
15
off season
minutes.
is right now. Like,
This
this is the first
off-season is
segment
about
of
to
much
be
to come, dude.
the
You guys are
best
great.
off season there ever is, and I'm so excited to cover it for you guys.
Yeah, and with the
Can't
off season
wait.
happening, there's obviously not going to be very much like football, obviously. So if I'm sure Cal will come along for a lot of it, but we'll go into
Try.
our off season rankings, like how we rank people for dynasties, for season long. We're gonna dive into a bunch of that, best balls, like you name it. Like that's what we're gonna be covering, and
Yeah,
that's our bread and butter
Yeah,
is fantasy.
I'm sure Kel will be on more than once this off season just to cover his off season projections and everything.
Because he's very good at what he
Nice
does.
guy.
He's definitely very good at what he does. we love to
Appreciate you
we
guys.
love to pick his brain on everything that we do. So
But before we get to all this stuff, before we close, if listeners are still listening, let's do a quick giveaway. What do you guys say?
I'm excited for it.
I'm down.
It's our
Mike, I
first-
got one thing for you. I just want to play something for Yelich here. This is what we need to do at the draft next year.
Let's hear it.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Love
I just
it.
hope we can win game.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Don't need playoffs.
Yeah.
That's a tribute. We got it. That has to be at the next.
Love
When
it.
someone does that,
I'll bring the radio and we'll blast
Yeah.
that.
For him, that's
include
not.
that in the Shoki's intro, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's got to have something to do with it.
So I'm excited for our first time ever giveaway.
Let's do it.
so with the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, obviously, Cal, you got anything going on for the Super Bowl?
Oh, well, me, I mean, I got I'm going to be putting some money on the line. I'm going to be wagering a couple prop bets myself. But honestly, I work in the pizza business, so we are going to be slammed. We're going to be busy, so I'll be working most of it. But I will have the game on, and I'll be watching while we get our butts kicked. And like I said, Tampa, baby. I got, as much as I hate to say it, I got Brady this one, guys.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna lose that bet.
Do you have like any like
Have
plans
fun.
as far as like hanging out anywhere for the
No,
Super
he's
Bowl?
working. He said.
I'm working.
Oh, I thought you said okay.
I'll be hanging out by the dough table, stretching
No,
about
man.
50 pizzas an hour.
He's working all the pizzas that all of us are gonna be buying from him.
So our giveaway is going to be to add us on Twitter at Footballday Pod. What your favorite Super Bowl dish is? I know. What's yours, Jake?
Oh, mine's by far my chili cheese dip.
Mm.
Oh man, Cal, you gotta try it. You gotta come over for one of our games.
Cal,
And
what-
that's actually like he's. I hate to be
it's-
cliche.
it's
I do the
so
same thing.
fire.
I make like a 5-layer freaking almost like a chili cheese like dip with some
Oh.
salsa on there too on the top, sour cream and shit, and then I'd be going maxing on some chips. I also like shrimp. I grill the fuck out of some shrimp.
dude, you
Yes.
just took mine. Mine was shrimp, but then since you said shrimp, I'm gonna go with the shredded hash browns. You put that in the crock pot, and you get cheesy shredded hash browns. That's my.
What you throw in there with that?
It's like I think it's some type of cream soup.
Cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah, that
I'm
might be
sure.
it. Yeah, with a bunch of
Yeah.
cheese and potatoes.
So I'm
Let them
I'm
soak
sure
on in
I'm
there.
sure Mike can attest to my my chili cheese dip. So I'll have to make it for you sometime, Cal. It's fire.
Yeah,
I make
so
it for every event.
anyone that's listening, just add us on Twitter at Football Day Pod. It'll be in the description. Let us know what your favorite game day Super Bowl food is, and anyone that asks us, we'll put them in a raffle, and whoever we pull out, we get a free week of our DFS page subscription. So can't beat it if you've
Yeah.
been this far.
Hey, we've cashed 3 straight golf. We've cashed.
Oh
4
yeah,
straight.
3 straight weeks of
What
golf.
is it? 4 straight NHL. We've
guys are-
cashed almost
You guys are crazy.
5 straight
Weeks of
And-
basketball.
NBA. If it wasn't for DeMar DeRozan.
And
So,
right now we're currently cashing in hockey tonight.
Yeah, so we're well off in the DFS world starting off. So it's a valued gift.
And then next week, if Cal can make it, even better. So we'll keep hitting this off-season stuff up, getting us started for our season-long leagues or
We're
dynasty
talking about-
leagues.
Talking about Monday again?
Yeah,
Yeah, every single Monday, Cal. Every Monday,
You wanna
6:30 ish.
join?
Ah, shit. Don't threaten me with a good time, man. Usually Mondays I can get out and get here about the same time, so
I
we'll
like
just
to
have to.
hear.
So we won't have to change our name to the Mike, Jake, and Calvin show, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Don't get me all excited like that, bro.
And also check out DynastySportsEmpire.com. They're the ones that pay us, host us. They give us what we need to talk about. They're the ones that run this thing. They have blog posts about every single sport out there. Right now, they're starting to run their Dynasty baseball season teams. I'm about to jump in one myself in about a month, but I know right now Jake he's starting his draft for his year 2 of his Dynasty baseball, and mine's
Yeah, year 2, the rookie draft just ended, and the regular draft just started again. So
yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
My draft starts on the 14th. And right now, my blog for Fantasy NBA just posted today, so feel free to go out there, check me out over there as well.
Yeah, go
But
read that shit.
Dynasty,
He's a genius.
DynastySportsEmpire.com. We got plenty of stuff, especially when you're talking about baseball. You have like Mark DeSico. He's got great articles out there to get you ready for that
Talk
as well.
about a genius. Pick that guy's brain about minor league picks.
Yeah, and if you didn't, 2 weeks ago we had him on our podcast, and he was spitting out some stuff about minor leaguers and MLB, and
I thought I knew something about minor league players. That dude made me feel stupid.
Yeah, dude, he's a genius. So, Cal, you got a beer, and then you get cracked.
Yeah, I got a beer.
All right, just
Alrighty.
wait on our move, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, hope to see from you next week.
Thank you.